So what if they say yes and you actually have to go through with what you said that you could do? And you're like, oh snap. Like what if they're all in? Oh crap. What if they actually do send you the money? And holy cow, you have to deal with paying taxes on that. These are abundance problems. Like you may not be asking because you're afraid of success. It's the fear of success that's stopping you. Let's talk about it. Sensei Victoria Whitfield from strategicmeditation.com. It's my honor and joy to help impact-driven entrepreneurs and leaders like you get and stay grounded and clear in mind, body, and business. It's my joy to help you increase your energy so that you can increase your income and impact. In these business energy flow forecasts videos, I do them weekly. Have you subscribed yet? Like, subscribe. Shout out to you. Mwah. Thank you so much for your support over the years. And on my email newsletter list, I give my personal commentary and additional insight, as well as specials only for email list subscribers, just specials, discounts, events, and things that are coming up. So make sure that you get on the email list by taking the quiz if you have not yet. But what we're talking about is fear of success, fear of the yes. Last week we talked about fear of the no and making peace with no, right? And having rejection protection. But today we're talking about having abundance problems. Like what a problem to have. Yes, I know, but for those of you who do know, you moving into a different tax bracket, you moving into another level of team support needed in order to execute another level of time commitment, because you said, you promised you do all of this stuff, or even if it's not in getting the yes on the sale, but also getting the yes on the love or the support of like, oh my gosh, have I made space for this person in my life? What am I gonna do? Or they said yes, I was ready for a fight. What do I do? There's no fight. Like, they've got my back. What in the world is that? Be kind to yourself if this is the situation that you find yourself. We, as always, are going to turn to history, science, and spirit for support in releasing our fear of success and making sure that abundance is not a problem. Like, it is okay to receive. By the way, symptoms that you may have some abundance problems, that you are not comfortable taking a compliment, period. Like, if you have to make sure that you compliment them back. Like, oh, if you give me a compliment, we're gonna play compliment tennis forever because I can't accept what you just said, right? Or you have to like disagree with them and make sure that you put yourself down so that you appear as humble as possible. How dare you receive a compliment, you unworthy piece of crap. You are saying this in your own head to yourself, right? Be kind to yourself. That's a sign that you may have some abundance problems. Another abundance problem, symptom, is that you don't want to look at the numbers. You're like, I don't know what's going on in my bank account, and I don't want to know. I don't know what's going on with my credit card. I don't want to know. I don't want to look at it. You're not opening the bills that come in the mail. They've arrived. They're in their nice sealed envelope, and they have been put onto the pile. That means they've been processed. They've been brought from outside the house into the house. They've been brought from one side of the office to the other side of the office. Don't know what's inside of them, just not looking. That's a sign you may be having some abundance problems. Another sign of issues right around abundance problems, money blocks, they're also called, is that you have a panic attack whenever you think about going to talk to the accountant, the bookkeeper, the IRS. You think the IRS is out to get you. By the way, shout out to the IRS. I love the IRS. I've loved the IRS for many years. They take excellent care of me. I feel very protected and respected. Thank you, IRS. Right? So be kind to yourself if you're having some abundance problems. The feeling of things going well, of the money increasing, the love increasing, the attention increasing, the support and the peace increasing is overwhelming and terrifying and anxiety making. Let's talk about it. There's help. Let's look at this today in particular. Apparently you need to be vigilant about it. For history, we're going to Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. As always, our chapter study, we're reading through the brain. And this selection is called How to Join Minds in Teamwork. In view of Dr. Ryan's announcement in connection with the conditions under which the mind responds to what he terms extrasensory modes of perception, I now feel privileged to add to his testimony by stating that my associates and I have discovered what we believe to be the ideal conditions under which the mind can be stimulated so that the sixth sense described in the next chapter of this book can be made to function in a practical way. In other words, using your intuition in a practical way, down to earth, tangible way. Let's get it. The conditions to which I refer consist of a close working alliance between myself and two members of my staff. This is Napoleon Hill speaking. Through experimentation and practice, we have discovered how to stimulate our minds by applying the principle used in connection with the invisible counselors described in the next chapter. I would call those spirit guides. So that we can, by a process of blending our three minds into one, find a solution to a great variety of personal problems that are submitted by my clients. The procedure is very simple. We sit down at a conference table, clearly state the nature of the problem we have under consideration, then begin discussing it. Each contributes whatever thoughts may occur. The strange thing about this method of mind stimulation is that it places each participant in communication with unknown sources of knowledge, definitely outside of his own experience. If you understand the principle described in the chapter on the mastermind, you of course recognize the round table procedure here described as being a practical application of the mastermind. This method of mind stimulation, through harmonious discussion of definite subjects between three people, illustrates the simplest and most practical use of the mastermind. Great achievement is usually born of great sacrifice and is never the result of selfishness. Tying this back to abundance problems and fear of success. You're scared because you don't have a framework for teamwork. Sometimes God and the Holy Spirit, the angels, the universe is going to throw you something so big and so good that you are going to need more than two hands to catch it. Like, you ever seen, like, with furniture that comes in the mail in the box, it says this is a 2-man lift, right? Don't do it by yourself, or else you're going to break your back. This is what we're talking about here, is that sometimes Great Spirit, the ancestors, the industry, throws us an opportunity, a yes, that is so big that you're gonna need more than two hands to catch it. And your fear of success, of getting the big opportunity and like being able to catch it, is that you have no framework for how to receive it with more than just your own two hands. And in this passage, that from Napoleon Hill. This is literal gold, and in fact is the basis of my entire company and movement. Like, he explains step by step how to receive a big yes, how to do it. You need two other people. Two. You plus person plus person. In scripture, they say, where two or three are gathered in my name, there I am, right? It's the voice of Creator speaking. When we gather together in a clump of intelligence, we tap into universal intelligence. There's something about together that activates the communal mind, as we call it in my community. And so it's important for you that when you are going for an ask that makes you feel uncomfortable, right? You're asking for the sale or for the, you're pitching your ability to send the proposal and everything like that. And when they say yes, you need at least 1, 2 other people than you who are supporting you and are holding you down in the process, who feed you words of abundance, words of belief, words of positive reinforcement, as well as who have hands ready to get involved. They're not just going to tell you, oh yeah, you got it, but no, like, what do you need? Let me help you. Let me roll up my sleeves. Like, what do you need? Let me help you make this happen. Because when you win, I win. Right? It's important to have people who are confidants and comrades in the co-creative process and who are tapped into source and who have open minds, open hearts, right? They are open to innovation and doing things differently. They are lifelong learners. You're afraid of things getting bigger because you think it's only happening to you. Shift your mindset, history is telling us through Napoleon Hill and Think and Grow Rich. Shift your mindset to think, how can we make this happen? Okay, who else is with me in this relationship, in this marriage that I'm about to build? Who else is with me? Not just my partner, but I'm not, it's like, so your partner said yes? You need, who are the other 2 people than your partner who are going to help you ground and be like, okay, how do I do this? How do you like fold an Oxford shirt? How do you clean a stove? How do you change a diaper? You want to have other people that you can ask, not just your partner, so that they are supporting you in receiving all of their love and giving them all of your love. All right, so that's what history has to say. What about science? We're going back to AI, prompt engineering, right? And we spoke earlier in this series around, okay, prompting your people and seeing the philosophy of prompt engineering as something that can help us build our interpersonal communication skills. But okay, now we're looking at having abundance problems and fear of success, being afraid of the yes. What else have you got for us, AI? Well, we have the Harvard Business Review in this article. Oguz Akar, writing for the Harvard Business Review. And this is from 2023. AI prompt engineering is not the future. Let's hear it. Right? He's going to take us beyond. Let's go, Akar, let's go. Prompt engineering has taken the generative AI world by storm. The job, which entails optimizing textual input to effectively communicate with large language models, has been hailed by World Economic Forum as the #1 job of the future. While OpenAI CEO Sam Altman characterized it as an amazingly high leverage skill, social media brims with a new wave of influencers showcasing magic prompts and pledging amazing outcomes. However, despite the buzz surrounding it, the prominence of prompt engineering may be fleeting. for several reasons. Pause. My spirit guides are telling me, listen up to what he's about to say, because if you're using AI now and you think you're on the cutting edge, you're not even close. And we want to get out in front of you having an abundance problem before you hit the next wall that's coming. And top to bottom, I feel this is so clear and so timely. So unpause. However, despite the buzz surrounding it, the prominence of prompt engineering may be fleeting for several reasons. First, future generations of AI systems will get more intuitive and adept at understanding natural language, reducing the need for meticulously engineered prompts. Second, new AI language models like GPT-4 already show great promise in crafting prompts. Look at that, already obsolete, built in. AI itself is on the verge of rendering prompt engineering obsolete. Lastly, the efficacy of prompts is contingent upon the specific algorithm, limiting their utility across diverse AI models and versions. So what is a more enduring and adaptable skill that will keep enabling us to harness the potential of generative AI? It is problem formulation. Problem formulation. Write it for me in the comments. Problem formulation. The ability to identify, analyze, and delineate problems. Problem formulation and prompt engineering differ in their focus, core tasks, and underlying abilities. Prompt engineering focuses on crafting the optimal textual input by selecting the appropriate words, phrases, sentence structures, and punctuation. In contrast, problem formulation emphasizes defining the problem by delineating its focus, scope, and boundaries. Prompt engineering requires a firm grasp of a specific AI tool and linguistic proficiency, while problem formulation necessitates a comprehensive understanding of the problem domain and ability to distill real-world issues. The fact is, without a well-formulated problem, even the most sophisticated prompts will fall short. However, once a problem is clearly defined, the linguistics nuances of a prompt become tangential to the solution. Unfortunately, problem formulation is a widely overlooked and underdeveloped skill for most of us. One reason is the disproportionate emphasis given to problem solving at the expense of formulation. I repeat, one reason is the disproportionate emphasis given to problem solving at the expense of formulation. This is so good. This imbalance is perhaps the best illustrated by the prevalent yet misguided management adage, "Don't bring me problems, bring me solutions." It is therefore not surprising to see a recent survey revealing that 85% of C-suite executives consider their organizations bad at diagnosing problems. 85%. How can you get better at problem formulation? By synthesizing insights from past research on problem formulation and job design, as well as the writer's own experience and research on crowdsourcing platforms, where organizational challenges are regularly articulated and open up to large audiences. The writers identified 4 key components for effective problem formulation: problem diagnosis, decomposition, reframing, and constraint design. Bear with me, we're going in. Problem diagnosis is about identifying the core problem for AI to solve. In other words, it concerns identifying the main objective you want generative AI to accomplish. Some are relatively simple to pinpoint, such as when the objective is gaining information on a specific topic. Others are more challenging, such as them exploring solutions to an innovation problem. 2, problem decomposition entails breaking down complex problems into smaller, manageable sub-problems. This is particularly important when you are tackling multifaceted problems, which are often too convoluted to generate useful solutions. 3, problem reframing involves changing the perspective from which a problem is viewed, enabling alternative interpretations. By reframing a problem in various ways, you can guide AI to broaden the scope of potential solutions, which can in turn help you find optimal solutions and overcome creative roadblocks. And 4, problem constraint design focuses on delineating the boundaries of a problem, defining input process and output restrictions of the solution search. You can use constraints to direct AI generating solutions valuable for the task at hand. When the task is primarily productivity oriented, employing specific and strict constraints to outline the context, boundaries, and outcome criteria is often most appropriate. In contrast, for creativity-oriented tasks, experimenting with imposing, modifying, and removing constraints allows exploring a wider solution space, discovering novel perspectives. Overall, honing skills in problem diagnosis, decomposition, reframing, and constraint design is essential for aligning AI outcomes with task objectives and fostering effective collaboration with AI systems. Although prompt engineering may hold the spotlight for the short term, its lack of sustainability, versatility, and transferability limits its long-term relevance. Overemphasizing the crafting of the perfect combination of words can be even counterproductive, as it may detract from the exploration of the problem itself and diminish one's sense of control over the creative process. Instead, mastering problem formulation could be the key to navigating the uncertain future alongside sophisticated AI systems. All right. Connecting this back to abundance problems and a fear of success. The reason why you're afraid of things going well is because you're focusing on the wrong thing. You may be focusing on trying to make good to the letter, make good on to the letter what has been discussed. But what Augur here is like bringing us to, what Harvard Business Review is bringing us to, is more so than that, focus on knowing what the problem really is. If you lose sight of solving the problem, the value that you're able to bring is exponentially lower than the value of, oh, we're just going to do what we discussed. 9 times out of 10, when you're talking to someone, working with someone, in relationship with someone, what you thought it was is not what it actually is. So be kind to yourself. Let go of your fear of success. This is an iterative process. I feel like that is the word of the month, iterative. Like, this is an iterative process. It's building over time. And they give such an excellent breakdown of how to design and understand and study and re-study and debrief and unpack and repack what the problem is in a strategic way in this beautiful article. But what you need to know for your fear of abundance is that the key to releasing that fear is focusing on knowing and solving the problem. If you don't know what the problem is, you will be irrelevant. If you aren't dialed into what the issues are coming up for you in your unique company, in your finances, in your relationship, in your body, if you aren't problem aware, you are absolutely permitted to be terrified of things getting even bigger. Don't run from the problems, run to them. What does Spirit have to say for us? 6 of water. 6 of water coming as a challenger. And this means fear of progress, especially, right? 6 has to do with progress. Water is emotion, intuition, the past, memories, childhood issues. And then it being upside down is you're invited to take a look at it. Take a second look, like double down, pay attention to this. It says memories from your personal history or childhood have resurfaced for a reason. Perhaps there's an old issue you still need to resolve, or your memories could be a sign of what's yet to come. You may reconnect with friends or romantic partners from the past. New acquaintances may feel like familiar old friends because of karmic connections. So pay attention to what's coming up for you around your abundance problems, especially any childhood issues, things that you learned as a kid around fear of the yes. Well, when I was a kid, right? What comes up for you? Oh, if they said yes, it means there's strings attached. So I had better not be successful because I'm going to lose all of my freedom, all of my autonomy. I don't want to be committed, or else I'm screwed, just like my father was, or just like my uncle was. Or like, watch out for the limiter popping up, the inner child as protector, but also who's coming and trying to stop you from moving forward, to protect you from the past happening again, where you think, because of what happened before to you or to others who you observed, you think that you won't be able to handle it, that it'll destroy you, or that you'll get in trouble, you'll get hurt, etc. Be kind to yourself. Things aren't as they appear. And remember, as the article from Napoleon Hill brought in, bring in others who can support you so that you're not alone in the ascension. We're all rising up together. Yes, yes. So the action step of the day is doing a strategic meditation to process through, right? Let's clear this so that we can get to work, get to the yes, and follow through with it. Hop on School in our Be Visionary movement. If you haven't joined yet, click the link in the description to join us there so that you can hit the search bar, type in Thank You Body Daily. Thank You Body Daily meditation. It's a 15-minute strategic meditation. It's in the physical healing meditations category. Write that folder in your vault of visualizations. All the visualizations I've ever recorded over the last 14 years, all there for you. And so when you do the thank you body, what that's going to happen is, for one, this is going to give you an attitude of gratitude for the good, rather than an attitude of terror for the good, for the yes that's coming your way. And on top of that, it's also going to infuse into your body being open to receiving, right? As you go through each level of that visualization that's specifically crafted to support you in being more naturally receptive, more softer and open and confident in receiving. So do that as your daily meditation today. So, okay, come to the end of this video. Here we are yet again. What are you waiting for? Have you reached out yet? Maybe you have tons of questions around your own fear of success, right? And maybe you're not ready to hop on school yet. Perfectly fine. Click the link for the contact link in my description here. Get on my calendar. Tell me your story, right? Maybe I can help you. Maybe someone I know can help you. Be happy to connect you, or there's a book I could recommend. Let's talk about it. Stop with the trying to figure it out all by yourself here on YouTube or on the internet alone. You are not alone. Like, I'm not a video. I'm a human being. Trust, right? Hop on my calendar, you'll see. I'm super happy to get to speak to you about that and support you in your process. If you've made it to the end of this video, thank you for your support. Make sure you hit the like button. Let YouTube know that this was valuable content. That's what that like does. And if you really want to support me and give back from someone who's poured into you, thank you for that intention. Hit the share button. It takes 2 seconds. Share it on your favorite social media platform and let more people have access to this healing information. Big hugs and love. Sensei Victoria Whitfield from strategicmeditation.com. And remember, you do not have to lose your glow as you grow in life and business. Bye for now.